Thanks for joining us for the Member xCite presentation. The Member xCite presentation is informative, interesting to the audience, and showcases the strengths of the presenter as an entrepreneur and their area of expertise. It's not a sales pitch, it's a 10-minute educational and insightful exploration into what they do. And of course, it's exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our xCite presenter today, Chantal Gerardy from Online Business Strategist, to present to us on how to be a productive and profitable B2B2C purpose-led business. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Chantal Gerardy.
And I wanted to talk today about purpose-led businesses and B2B2C because I've been working a lot with them in the last sort of 2 years now specifically. So purpose-led business owners, meaning that they're not just about the product that they're selling, they genuinely want to make an impact and a difference in the world. So who here wants to make an impact or a difference in the world? It's not just about making money, all right? Now B2B to C, some people don't really realize that that's actually a thing. They think that you're either B2B or you're B2C. But B2B2C, they're actually businesses that actually sell to both. And the marketing strategies are really different when it comes to both, because B2B, they have to have demand in the marketplace, or else other businesses aren't going to stock or sell their product. So they have to have that marketing secure. Then when they sell to B2C, they have to be able to have a marketing plan that then communicates what they do to the customer. Often you've got to make sure as well that there's no conflict between the two. So really there's two marketing strategies that they require. But before I go further into that, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I am from South Africa. I moved here 13 years. It was actually 14 years in about a month's time. In South Africa, everyone knew me. My mom, my dad, my family, big family. Everyone knew me, went to school there. Getting clients was really easy. I had paid off houses, paid off cars, paid off everything, and it was great. Really easy to get clients, really easy to have a business. We sold up everything, got the opportunity, moved here. Knew no one on the Gold Coast, no one knew me, had no family. Had 3 kids under the age of 5, so my identical twin daughters were 4 then, and my youngest was 1. And I was going to stay at home, look after the kids, and my husband at the time, he was working for a company. In the first couple of years, he was made redundant twice, which was highly stressful because no Centrelink, no money, no one knew us. I had no marketing budget, no startup capital. If the money ran out, the money ran out. It was as simple as that. So for me, I had to start a business, and I had to do it without help, without support, without knowing anyone, and in a saturated industry. So with no tech experience, I taught myself social media, and I grew a 6-figure business on the Gold Coast. So I don't just talk the talk, but I walk the talk as well. So without paying for advertising, without outsourcing, but just learning how to do it strategically, I grew a 6-figure business, and over the last 6 years, I've been doing this full-time, helping other business owners do the same. I have also since gone on to get my diploma in social media marketing, so originally self-taught, did go on and get a diploma, do things backwards, and have won international and national awards for my innovation and out-of-the-box marketing. Now I tell you that because I want to show you that I hate being online. I'm an online business strategist. I hate being online. In fact, everything I do is around not being online. I want to get on, do what I need to do, and get off and make a difference in the world and do what I love to do, right? Who would like to do more of what they love doing and spend less time online? And for me, especially in those early days, I didn't have time to sit online, and all these other marketers would go, give it all away for free, do podcasts, blogs, website, contact, live videos, and it was like, oh my gosh, I'm spending my life online, and when I did, nothing worked. Nothing worked, right? And it's exhausting and it's frustrating. But what I worked out is that if you have the S word, and it's not sex, you have the S word, you'll still get a happy ending though. You have the S word, it's a strategy, all right? A strategy means that when you wake up every day, you know exactly what to do for your business in about 20 minutes, and it's going to result in paying clients, all right? Which means if you make more money, you can help more people. So I do believe, and this is my purpose in the world, that I believe that business owners have it inside them. And unfortunately, we live in a world right now where they go, when stuff gets a bit hard and we don't like it, we must just outsource it and give it to someone else. And it can be a very expensive exercise. Who here has done paid advertising and had not had a return on investment? Fuck. So many people, okay? And the good news is that you don't have to do it if you get the basics right. In fact, organically, if it's not working, it doesn't matter how much money you put on it, it's still not going to work. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. If it's broken and you put money on it, it's still not going to work. And yet people still go and they'll go pay for SEO and they'll go pay for this and pay for that. And I had a lady at the moment, $3,000 a month on SEO. And I think she's got about 10 people on her Facebook page. And it's just, oh my gosh, give me that money, please. I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so when you have a strategy, you wake up every day, you'll know what to do. You'll be more productive and you'll make more profit, which is really cool. And that's what I'm really all about. And that gives you the opportunity then to be able to play more. So here's some fundamentals that you have to get right. And these are the fundamentals that before you even get online, these are some of the things you should be doing. Number one is you need to work out how you're going to position yourself online. Okay, if you're a brand, how are you going to position, or what is your personal branding? How public or private are you going to be? What are your mission statements, and how are you going to effectively communicate your point of difference to everyone? Number two is you have to be client focused, which means you have to understand who your ideal customer is. And like we said earlier, it's not everyone. It's someone very, very, very specific. And Jenny, I must say today it was awesome because you're actually a lot more specific today than when I spoke to you last time. And getting that right means that you can have those conversations online with people. Number three is competitors analysis. Now this isn't so that you can go and copy your competitors, but it's to go online and see what else they are doing. Have a look at their banners, look at their content, look at their reviews, look at their lead magnets, and see what they're doing and go, how can you differentiate yourself from them? What makes you special? And communicate that. Number four is branding consistency, and when we talk about that, we talk about colors and we talk about fonts and we talk about you being in your socials, but at the end of the day, it comes down to your tone and your voice and your key messaging, which means it's your mission statements because you want to be memorable like McDonald's. Number five, it needs to be outcome focused. So whatever you do when you go on, you need to know what the outcome is. If I'm on this podcast, what's the outcome of that? If I'm doing this Facebook Live, what is the outcome I want from that? You need to be really specific before you go do things, or else it can be a really exhausting activity online. Number six are all the R's. So you need to, on an ongoing basis, review what you're doing online and go, is it working, is it not working? Stop doing the stuff that's not working. I spoke to a guy yesterday, he does 7 quotes. He pays a VA lots of money to post 7 quote posts every single week. He's done that for 3 years. I think he was paying her $180 a week. And I went, is that working? And he goes, no. And I go, why the hell are you still doing it? Like, it makes no sense. Oh, I'm just hoping it's going to work. I'm like, no, stop crossing your fingers. It's not working, stop doing it. It's the same with paid membership groups. Facebook groups. If it's not working, stop it. Please stop. Do it another way. Number 7 is be professional online, and basically if someone was to stalk you online, how do you look? So make sure that you stalk yourself. Go look at your personal profiles and make sure that your pictures of you pole dancing in 19-foot sack, South African term, make sure that those pictures are hidden, or maybe not hidden.
That's part of my branding.
I know. That's right. And number 8 is make sure that you get them the hell of social media, meaning, and I learned this on Tinder, when you sit and you're messaging them backwards and forwards, what happens is it gives them an opportunity to go looking elsewhere. Okay, that's what happens on Tinder, and it happens with you as well. So if you're messaging them backwards and forwards in text messaging or in emails, they go cold and they start looking elsewhere. So it's really important to get them onto a phone call or to get them into your funnel as quickly as possible. Really important. So the next thing I want to talk about is the algorithm. The algorithm is a prediction. And everyone says to you, oh, you've got to pay in order to reach people, and the algorithm is dead. Rubbish. There are people that are organically getting clients all the time. And the people are telling you that the algorithm is dead are the people that want your money. So have a look at that. You'll find that very funny. But it is really important that you do set up your accounts correctly, meaning that if they ask you in the About section what you do, and they ask you for services, and they ask you for... and they ask you to put in your description, and they ask you to put in your products, they need that information so they can match you. So please go and check all your profiles and make sure the words are in there. It's kind of like search engine optimization. but it's training the algorithm. So when you go in and you're creating content that is relevant to your customer, it starts attracting your ideal customer to you. But there's a second part that a lot of people forget about, and that is the prospecting side, meaning that you have to go out, find your ideal customer, and I call it peacocking, but you need to put yourself in front of them. Okay, and a lot of people have got one side of the strategy where they go, right, I'm just going to do content, I'm just going to look after here. You've also got to go out and put yourself in front of them and create opportunities. Webinars, podcasts, blogs, all that type of stuff is great. Here's the thing, you have to have a strategy or else you'll be doing it and wasting a lot of time. So this last week, what I've been doing, I'll just give you some examples of some stuff I've done. I worked with a coach who's an anxiety coach, have a webinar. He was able to get 100 people, just cracked 100 people registered for his webinar. Out of that, he had 50 show up, and out of that, he got 4 one-on-one clients, which were about $1,800 each, all without paying for ads. A kinesiologist, we just helped her. She's about to launch new essences, and we were able to help her with pricing, packages, and promos, and to build a list so that she can actually launch to that list once it's done. I've helped an autism employment provider set up a Facebook group to attract his ideal customers into there. I've helped a magazine start a subscription base. A driving instructor went from, her goal was to have 4 clients per day. She's sitting at 7 clients per day, and actually said to me, Chantal, how do we slow this down? How do I slow down my leads? And that was in 7 weeks worth of working with her. A restaurant, their average spend at the restaurant was $10 per person. Just by changing the way that they effectively communicate what they're selling in their marketing, we've now got this cafe up to $17 per customer, which is almost double. We've helped a psychologist implement a 6-week program, which is helping AFL players. And a purpose-led B2B2C business, we just helped them put together a media kit, which has enabled them to get more speaking opportunities, win more awards, and get onto more podcasts. We also helped them set up a re-engagement sequence for those who hadn't bought products from them within 6 months to a year. We've now got an email re-engagement sequence in place. We've got a lighting shop. This is the last one. A lighting online shop. They were trying to get rid of chandeliers. They were really, really struggling. We were able to, through marketing campaigns, they've been selling, I think she said about 2 to 3 chandeliers per day, which is insane. They've never done so many chandeliers in all their life. So they're over the moon, all because they know how to effectively communicate what it is they do to who, and they have a strategy. So I'm Chantal Gerardy, Online Business Strategy, helping you get fast and free results online without having to outsource or pay for ads.